Next speaker is David Bentlin on behalf of the ACLU.
My name is David Bentlin, and I am speaking on behalf of the Central Illinois chapter of the American Civil Liberties. The ACLU wants the Council to consider our strong opposition to the misguided ordinance aimed at addressing so-called pop-up parties in the town of Normal. The ordinance is an overreaction to a small number of incidents, an overreaction that places the town at risk of constitutional challenges, places vague powers in the hands of a small number of police officers, and relies on an outdated, disproven notion that threatening more severe consequences and punishment will somehow change activities of a large group of people. The fundamental problem with the ordinance is that it seeks to limit the ability of Normal residents and other interested persons from gathering on private property or in public places. Significantly, public parks are traditional public forums under case law, meaning that people have a right to peaceably assemble in those spaces. As affirmed by the Supreme Court decision, this includes the right of people to gather in a public park spontaneously in response to emerging issues and events. As drafted, significant fines could be directed to anyone who gathers in town public spaces or private property for these reasons. This flaw will cause the ordinance to be challenged. The ordinance also holds organizers of an event responsible for the behavior of others. The draft ordinance suggests that organizers of a gathering could be responsible for costs for which they have no responsibility. The Supreme Court has rejected this approach. The proposed ordinance suggests that a single police officer, based solely on their perceptions about an event, can order everyone at a gathering in town public space or private property to disperse. The ordinance does not make clear what supervisory review there is for calling something a nuisance gathering. And what happens next is even more vague. What does it mean to disperse? If attendees are awaiting a bus or a rideshare, could they still be cited and fined $1,000? What if attendees are simply walking away? And is fining someone up to $1,000 really the way to curb the behavior? Furthermore, college students and residents should not be saddled with fines that can compound and create further legal issues simply for attending a party or a gathering in a park. The town of Normal already has ordinances and laws in place that address disruptive behavior. These contain measures that can be enforced on a targeted basis against those violating such laws. Targeted enforcement is the answer to the problem that the town seeks to address. It is not found in limiting assembly in the town's public spaces and private property. And on a personal note, I'm a longtime member of this community, and I'm a member of the LGBTQIA+ community. And for the past several years, we have held our annual Pride picnic in Anderson Park under the East Shelter. And under the contents of this proposed ordinance, we would no longer be welcome at that park. So I ask you to please reconsider your support of this ordinance. Thank you.